Hi guys, it's Katie. Tonight for dinner I'm going to make pot roast in the pressure cooker. So I thought I'd show you how to do that. This is a 2-pound piece of a chuck roast. We don't have enough of a family to eat a whole 3 to 4 pound chuck roast at a time. So I just cut it and then use the other parts for either beef stew, beef chili, or vegetable beef barley soup. So this is 2 pounds of chuck roast, and I have patted it dry, put salt and pepper on, and I'm going to brown it in the pressure cooker first. So I'm going to put this pretty hot, and I've only salt and peppered one side, and when I put it in I'll salt and pepper the other side so that it's just easier to do it that way. So I'm going to warm this up. I'm going to put a little fat in there. I'm using chicken fat just because it's what I have, but you want something with a high smoke point because you want to get this nice and brown. So that's why I like solid animal fats. This is chicken schmaltz that I took it off of when I made a whole bunch of chicken stock. It was what had floated to the top. And I keep it in the freezer, and it's a soft enough oil that I can scoop it out from the freezer so it stays preserved without going bad, since I had quite a bit of it. I'm just going to melt that down over medium-high heat, and then we'll brown the beef once it comes to temperature. And go ahead and put this in, and then I'll season the other side. And you want to make sure that your meat is patted dry, otherwise it'll sputter in the oil. And you want to get a nice sear on this, so you want to put it in hot oil, and you don't want to touch it for at least 5 minutes. Once it's browned on both sides, I'm going to carefully add about a pint of water. And you can remove some of the fat if you want to. I don't mind it. I'm going to pressure cook the meat separately, and then I'm going to add the vegetables after. Some oil has splattered all here, and that could screw up my seal. So I'm going to clean that with a cloth. I also put in 2 bay leaves. I'm going to sprinkle some thyme in as well. I always put the thyme in after I brown it because the thyme will burn for as dark as I brown the meat. So I'll put this under pressure. Oop. Close it up. And my pressure cooker has 2 settings. It has low, which is 8 pounds per pressure, and 16 pounds per square inch PSI. So I'm going to seal this up and turn this on high. When it comes to pressure, I'll turn it down just to maintain a hiss, and time it for about 20-25 minutes. I also have the vegetables here. I have some, I'm not going to cut the potatoes until right before because they'll turn brown, so I have some potatoes. I'm going to chunk those pretty large. I have some quartered onions. I have some pretty large chunks of celery and also of carrot. And I usually pick the biggest carrots I can find in the bag. And we'll, after this pressure cooks, we'll take it off pressure, put the vegetables in, and then finish it all together in one pot. Alright, so this has been cooking for about 25 minutes, and I just turned the burner off. I'm actually going to move it to a cold burner, and I'm not going to use quick release. For meat, especially large pieces of meat, it does the same thing as like cutting into a roast. Before it has a chance to rest, all of the juices will come out, and it'll make it dry and tough, or so they say. So that's why I just put a small amount of water in here. You can't put too little water because for the length of time that it's cooking it would dry up and burn. So a pint is usually what I put in, and that works out really well. So this should come down in temperature pretty quickly, and then when it does, I'll go ahead and throw the vegetables in. So while this is doing this, I'll go ahead and cut the potatoes. That's the last thing I have to cut. And then I'll just put all of this in, seal it back up, and pressure cook it some more. Alright, so the pressure has released. I'm going to open this up, see what it looks like. And I'm going to put the vegetables in. Potatoes first, since they are the hardiest. Try to get those to go down under the liquid. Probably did too many potatoes, but they really soak up all of the delicious beef flavor. So good. And then I guess carrots would go next, but they're kind of on the bottom, so I'll just put everything in there. Like that. Close this up again, put it back on the hot burner, all sealed up. Alright, so once my vegetables have come up to, I put it on low, so once it comes up to pressure, then I just take it off the hot burner, and the time it takes for it to come down from pressure is about how long it takes to cook the vegetables. So once this releases, we'll be ready to eat. Alright, under here somewhere is a piece of meat. I'll pull that out. See if I can get it out without it falling apart. Alright, there it is. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye!